Hi, my name is Philip Bray. I'm the founder and director of the Yardstick Agency, and I am here in this video to explain how you complete our marketing KPI dashboard. Now, when you log in and when you get to the dashboard, it might look a little bit daunting, but please don't feel that way. It isn't difficult to complete. I'm going to talk you through it in this short video. And if you've got any questions, feel free to email us hi at theyardstickagency.co.uk. That's hi at theyardstickagency.co.uk. So feel free to email us any questions, or if you've got some improvements that you would like to suggest to this dashboard, or indeed you find anything that's wrong with it, you find any error messages, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and of course we'll change those. So what have we got here? Let's start by explaining some of the tabs down the bottom. We've got an example here, which I'm going to complete on this call, and the spreadsheet that you get as part of this accompanying email will include the completed example. We've then got the benchmarks and KPI tab for your business. So this is what you will fill in on a regular basis with all the relevant marketing KPIs in there. And then we have got the newsletter article popularity. I will come to that later on. So back to the example tab. So the first thing we want you to do is we'll take you around the spreadsheet first of all. So on the left hand side in column A, we've got the different categories of information that you may want to record for your business. And then across the top, columns C through to N, we've got the months of the year, January, February, March, April, etc. Now you may decide that actually you're going to start completing this from May, the month we're recording this video in. You might decide actually you're going to go from April because we're just through April, you've got a full month, you would start recording from April. You might take on the challenge, and personally I would do this, of backdating your information right the way through to January, so that you can see, you'll be able to see a full year's picture. Either way, whether you start January, April, May, the decision is yours. So first job that we need to do are complete the sections in blue. Now the sections in blue, as we scroll down, sorry, they're not blue, they're green. Complete the sections in green. And those are, there's two rows here. And you need to complete your new inquiry target per month and your new client target per month. So you probably know those already. Now to do that, you need to navigate to review, unprotect the sheet, put in here your new inquiry target. So your new inquiry target might be, I don't know, 10 new inquiries a month for the year. Let's put that in. And your new client target might be, let's say it's two a month, conversion rate of 20%. And what you then need to do is re-protect the sheet. Just click protect and then select these two boxes at the top and click OK. And the reason we need to protect the sheet is because there are formulas built into the sheet that we wouldn't want you to mess about with or tinker with or break the spreadsheet. So that's job number one done. You've added your new inquiry target and your new client target. Job number one done. We then need to edit the sections of the spreadsheet that aren't applicable to you. So for example, you might not send a newsletter. So you might take the newsletter section out. And to do that, you would need to unprotect the sheet, highlight the section you want to remove, right click, and then what would you click? Delete. Let's just protect the spreadsheet again. Let's have a look what else you might not do. So you might not, let's scroll back up here, you might not have any online advertising campaigns running on Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, etc. So you would take that section out. So edit the sections that aren't important to you. And to do that, as I say, you need to unprotect the sheet, edit the sections, then click protect, make sure those two boxes are ticked and click OK. So that means you've completed the sections in blue. You have edited the spreadsheet, edited the dashboard, so it only includes the KPIs that you actually need to measure. What we then need to do is start completing the sheet. So let's scroll back up to here. So the first thing we look at are website data. And that includes visitor numbers, visitor quality, and visitor source. So where do you get that information? Well, you get that information from Google Analytics. So what I've got up here is the Google Analytics for Yardstick for April. So when you log in to your Google Analytics account, you need to set your date range, and you do that by clicking this down arrow at the top, selecting your date and clicking apply. Now, there are a couple of, this is Universal Analytics, and as you can see at the top here, Google is telling us that they're moving across to Google Analytics 4 from July next year. Now, if you've got Google Analytics 4, then the process for getting this information is slightly different. But most people at the moment are still using Universal Analytics. So we'll stick with that for the moment, and that's certainly what I've got access to. So if we were completing this, number of unique users. So where do we find that? Now we find that here. So during the month of April, Yardstick had 3,233 unique users on our website. So we would input that information there. Number of sessions. Now let's just define the difference. Number of users, that's the number of unique individuals who have come onto our website. Sessions is the total number of visits. So during April, we had 3,233 unique users who came on to our website 4,322 times. 4,322 times. So that's the number that we'd put in there. Then number of new visitors. So people who had not been to our website before. And you get this here. There's a couple of ways of doing it. You can see here that new visitors on this, some dashboards show it up here where it says new visitors, ours doesn't, and it says we had 2,982 new visitors. Now new visitors are important because we want new people finding our website and hopefully engaging with us. Returning visitors are equally important to your business because very, very few people will make a buying decision or actually get in touch with you on that first visit. So returning visitors are important as well. So that's where you would put your unique visitors, your sessions, and your new visitors. And you might actually say as you go along that you're going to take out the yellow colouring, in which case you need to go to review, unprotect the worksheet, etc. Average session duration. So that's how long people spend on your website per session. Now you need to measure this in seconds. So it shows here 1 minute 49 seconds is the average visit length. So that's 109 seconds. So you would put that in there. Bounce rate is there, 60.09. Now bounce rate is, and you can see that the cells are already set. So that's set as a percentage, that's set as a number. Bounce rate, I am less interested at a site-wide level. I'm more interested in a page-by-page level, and probably a conversation for a separate day and a blog for a separate day. Pages per session are there, 2.43, so that's showing that people look at 2.43 pages per visit to the Yardstick website. And then we want to look at the visitor source, how people found your website. So you've got to click a couple of buttons in analytics to do that. You scroll down, you click acquisition, you click all traffic, and you click channels. And here you can see that 1,818 found our website direct. So that means they have typed the URL, typed our website address into their browser. It might mean they've got it saved as a favorite, or it's more likely that they've clicked a newsletter article to get through to our website. So we've got 1,818, that figure needs putting in there. Organic, really important. This is people who find you through search engines. So we've got 1,167, and just make sure you're getting this in the right column. It's the number of sessions that you want. That's 1167. And then really important to us, and you can edit this to the sources that are important to you. But social media, so to get that number, you need to click on social, and then it breaks it down. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. So 482. Sorry, 482 from LinkedIn. 401 from Twitter. and a smaller number from Facebook, 50 from Facebook. So that's where you get your data from for the website. Next, Google reviews. So this you will get from your Google My Business listing. Easiest way to find that is just search for your firm on Google. And let's say, for example, we had 2 Google reviews in January. We had another 2 in February, and you can see that counting up. So we've got the cumulative number counting up. And remember, we're only filling in the sections which are highlighted in yellow. We always recommend firms have a second platform. And generally speaking, we recommend that second platform is vouched for, but we know some other firms will use other platforms. So here, you need to just edit this, change the advisor 1 for advisor 1's name, advisor 2 for advisor 2's name, and so on. If you've only got 3 advisors, then remove lines 37 and 38 here. If you've got more advisors, add them in. Let's say we've got a firm with more than 1 advisor. So advisor 1 got 2 Google vouched for reviews in January. Advisor 2 got none. Advisor 3 was really good. They got 5. Advisor 4 got 2. And advisor 5 got 6. You can see how that's building up. So cumulatively, that builds up from month to month. And you can see on the right-hand side in column O, we've got the totals there as well. So you can see how that works out. And then you can start spotting trends with reviews. If, for example, you see a firm that has a month or a few months where where Google reviews are plateauing, they're not getting more reviews, then clearly they need to do something about that. Look at processes. Is the process working? Is the process actually being followed? If the process isn't being followed, then we need to look at that. If the process is being followed, then we maybe need to think about how we change the process. So reviewing reviews, looking at the number of reviews that are received is really, really important for all the reasons we've spoken about before. And your marketing KPI dashboard will help you identify times where review numbers are plateauing. So really important that's completed. Online ads, this is really straightforward. If you're running online ads, then you need to enter the total spend. So let's say, for example, we spent 500 on Facebook in a month, and then the total number of leads, downloads, or inquiries. So typically speaking, with Google Ads, we will be running campaigns which are what we call lead magnet campaigns, where a firm is advertising a guide or an asset. So let's say, for example, in that month in January, they spent 500 on Facebook and had 30 downloads of the guide. That will mean the average download cost is £16.67. They spent the same on LinkedIn, but had 20 downloads. Therefore, there's the average cost there. And they've got a Google AdWords campaign going that they spent £1,000 on, and they've had 30 inquiries from that. So you can start to see the totals there and the averages. Newsletter. So this is really important. Most firms will run a newsletter. If you take Yardstick membership, which is our blog newsletter guide package, again, if anybody wants details of that and the pricing points, just drop us an email, hi@theyardstickagency.co.uk. Anybody who takes those packages gets a monthly email offers showing how your newsletter is performing. And you can take that data and input it in here. So let's have a look at this. So in January, you might have sent 500, but only 495 were delivered, 5 bounced. And it's important that we understand the difference between the total sent and the total delivered, because you want to go and chase up those bounces, make sure you've got the correct email address, make sure there's not a typo in there, etc. We then want to work out the open rate. So this is the proportion of people who opened your newsletter. Now, if you're a Yardstick member, your newsletter gets sent twice. It gets sent once to everybody on your database, and a few days later, it gets resent to people who haven't opened it. The advantage of that is it reminds people that they've still got your newsletter to read. It provides another touch with your brand, and in our experience, it increases open rates by 20, 25, 30%. So it's absolutely worth doing. And it's free to Yardstick members. So in that case, you need to enter 2 numbers here. So you need to get the total number of opens. Now, if you're running your own newsletters or use a different organization, then you need to get these numbers from, I don't know, whatever you use, MailChimp, constant contact, or the management information that your provider gives you. If you're a Yardstick member, we will give you this number, so all you need to do is input it. So you just need to input it here. You don't need to input it up here in the yellow sections. So total number of unique opens. So let's say, for example, 495 were delivered. So let's say 200 opened the first send, and let's say 70 opened the second. So the total open rate here for that newsletter campaign is 54.55%. 54.55%. We then need to calculate the click to open rate. So the proportion of people who, after opening it, went on to click a link in there. So what we want to put is the total number of links clicked, not uniques, but the total number of links clicked in the first newsletter. Let's say that was 80. And then in the resend, the total number of links clicked, let's say that was 25. And that gives us our click to open rate, 38.89%. We then need to look at something called exclusion rates. So these are people who unsubscribe from your newsletter, or who, worse, mark it as spam. Now, you won't get many people who mark it as spam. You won't get many people who unsubscribe, but it is important to spot trends. So you would simply put in the number of people who unsubscribed. Let's say there was 2 that month. So that gives us an unsubscribe rate of 0.4. And then 1 naughty person marks it as spam. So that gives us that rate there as well. We then move on to the second half of the spreadsheet, where we deal with the results of your marketing efforts, looking at new inquiries, the number of inquiries received, where they've come from, and the number of clients taken on, and if applicable, the AUM, the assets under management added to the business. So we start here with the breakdown of new inquiries. And this works in conjunction with your inquiry recording spreadsheet or your back office, your CRM, if you record inquiries there. But it's worth pausing here just to remind you that every single new inquiry you get into the business, whether it's a really, really good inquiry, perfect, right fit, or even a really poor inquiry that isn't the right fit, every single inquiry that you get into your business should be recorded. And if you want a copy of our inquiry recording spreadsheet, please don't hesitate to get in touch by emailing hi@theyardstickagency.co.uk. That's hi@theyardstickagency.co.uk, and we will send that spreadsheet to you. So let's say, for example, in January, a firm, you received 2 unbiased leads, 1 from vouched for, what else do you get? You got 3 existing client recommendations, 1 walk-in, and 2 from your website. So you can see how that adds up there. The 9 then corresponds to the numbers we placed there. So you can see that we are 1 inquiry behind in January, 1 inquiry behind target. Then let's say we took on 3 new clients in January. Then we can see that we are 1 client ahead of target. And also we're starting to work out the cumulative conversion rate. Now that cumulative conversion rate will make more sense over time. 1 month isn't a big enough data set to be drawing conclusions. Now, one point I would make here, the inquiries that you are recording here are the inquiries that you receive during that month. So in this case, the inquiries you receive during January. The new clients engaged are the clients you engage in January. Those are probably from leads that came in the previous months. So it might be inquiries that came in August, September, October last year that you are actually signing up in January. So the leads are the leads that came in January. The new inquiries are the new inquiries that you signed up in January. Sorry, the new clients are the clients you signed up in January, but they are probably leads that came in previous months. And then, so here you can, as I say, see number of new inquiries, any surplus or shortfall in inquiries, and any surplus or shortfall in the new clients that you've taken on, and your cumulative conversion rate, which will start to make more sense over time. Then here, AUM. This is some firms like to understand where their AUM is heading. So you might put a target in there. I want to take 500,000 a month on of new AUM and copy that across. And then this month, you might have added 400,000 from those 3 clients. So you're 100,000 behind target. And your cumulative average AUM in that case is 133,333, which is simply the 400,000 divided by the 3 clients that you took on. So that's the end of the KPI dashboard. And really important that you complete it. As we said in the blog, you complete it in the first week of each month. A couple of other things to add. We put a column in here for 2021, so you might want to put some averages in here from 2021. So going way back to the top, you might want to put in the average number of unique users that you had per month in 2021, same with sessions, same with new visitors, etc. The clients that we work with on a monthly basis, we color code the spreadsheets. We've not done that for you here, but we may do that in version 2, but we color code the answers and the data input. So green is an improvement. Amber is a backward step by less than 10%. So a worsening of the position by 10% or less. And red, we use red where the position has worsened by more than 10%. So for example, if unique users in February was 2,500, then we'd be marking that as red. If it was 3,200, we'd be marking it as amber. And if it was 3,400, we'd be marking it as green. So that's how we use these spreadsheets. We also monitor newsletter popularity. So I've populated this with a couple of examples. And this is really important because if you're a Yardstick client, this helps you, the data in here will help you decide which articles are the ones we produce or suggest to you to select. And it starts to show what is popular, what isn't popular, and therefore you can select more of what is popular and less of what isn't. So what we suggest you do is you put the article headlines in here. On these, there's a drop down here that you can pick from to show the article type, the category that it is. So in this case, 10 reasons why financial planning will help you retire successfully. It's clearly a financial planning article. 10 reasons to use premium bonds is a savings article. You put the number of clicks, the number of unique clicks received, and then you start to see which are the most popular articles. And as I say, this helps you decide what to include in future newsletters. So I hope that helps. A quick tour of the benchmarks and KPI dashboard and the newsletter popularity dashboard. As I say, hope it helps. If you like what you see, that's fantastic. If you spot any errors in the spreadsheet that need fixing, then do please tell us. We only get better with feedback. And you do that by emailing hi@theyardstick.co.uk. And if you'd like to see any additions and iterations in version 2, again, please drop us a line with those, and we'll be happy to include those in the next version. In the meantime, hope this helps. Look forward to hearing your feedback, and hopefully you look forward to monitoring your marketing and understanding the results that you're getting and making evidence-led decisions based on those results.